I call Bishop Rachel Treweek, followed by Catherine Stevenson for a maiden speech. The limit is 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Rachel Treweek, Gloucester 19 and Anglican Bishop for Prisons. The familiar narrative fed by the media is that our streets will be safer if more perpetrators of crime are imprisoned and for longer. The data does not support this. Our prison population is probably now the highest in Western Europe, and nearly half of those leaving prison go on to reoffend within a year of their release. Approximately 2/3 of prisoners are in prison for a non-violent offence linked to poverty, addiction and trauma. We are failing to address the upstream underlying causes of offending and reoffending. Short-term policy is not serving offenders or victims well, and certainly not making for stronger communities. And this is not about they, it's about us. Each year, approximately 17,000 children are separated from their mother, who is in prison, mainly for non-violent offences. Over 60% of those women have experienced abuse. And then did you know that over half of the children being held for offending are those who have been in care? Did you know that levels of literacy are 4 times higher in prison, or that 42% of prisoners were once expelled or permanently excluded from school? None of this is good news. However, as the church, we can be good news. And I'm ambitious for the church to be at the forefront of reform, just as we have been in the past, not least with the establishment of the probation service. People beat a path to my door with many things they want to say, as we've seen in our questions. No one has ever beaten a path to my door to decry why we are not doing more for perpetrators or victims of crime. Why not, if the gospel good news with Jesus Christ at the heart is that of love, hope, reconciliation and transformation? God's mission is to reconcile the world such that all will be made new and perfect relationship will be restored. And, as the Archbishop of York said yesterday, we pray for God's kingdom to come and God's will to be done on earth as in heaven. Then we have a responsibility to join in. As people made in the image of God, we've been given responsibility towards one another and creation. Of course, that has implication for offenders. It also has implication for our justice system and who we are as the church. This motion is a response to that responsibility. Now, much of what Christians and churches are already doing does build healthy relationship and community, and that is reducing the drivers of offending, spaces for families, toddler groups, our schools, or coming alongside those who are hungry. And there is the need for overt support for those who have offended or are at risk of offending. And of course, that must go hand in hand with listening and caring for victims of crime too. We need a holistic approach in everything. This includes partnership with our probation and our amazing prison chaplains. And when people leave prison, our chaplains play a key role in trying to pass on the baton. And this is where this motion comes in. On a recent prison visit, I was deeply shocked when a chaplain told me she'd been unable to find a church willing to meet someone at the prison gate who wanted to be linked with a local church. How are we offering people welcome, belonging, value, relationship, purposeful activity, all those things which we know are key factors in reducing reoffending? The Welcome Directory signposts prison leavers to faith communities simply willing to offer a welcome. It is safe. There is safeguarding and policies built in. It has a woefully low number of Anglican churches registered. Of course, many Christians, including people here, are already working across the criminal justice system, whether professionally or as a volunteer. And churches are doing some amazing things, as we've heard. Yet I'm grateful to this motion for challenging us to be more imaginative and more connected with the probation service. Relationship is at the heart of this motion in every way. I'm delighted to be working with probation at a national level and proud of the links we're developing locally. May we put on record our thanks to the Chief Probation Officer for keeping a focus on faith, and can we thank Kashmir in her role? And then may we commit to taking up our responsibilities and stepping into the opportunities being given us. This motion is about joining in with God's work of reconciliation and transformation, and I wholeheartedly support it.